All right, on to the next article we got.
This is people.com. Ex-Navy sailor murdered wife with children in other room, then froze body and claimed she left.
What? Ex-Navy. So this is supposed to be, the stand-up guys of America. Mm-hmm. Let's see what we got here. We got Matthew Sullivan, Caucasian, and his wife, scroll down, so-called African-American. See that thing right there? Let's scroll down. Let's read some of it real quick. Well, I can tell you where she went wrong right there. All right, read that.
A former Navy sailor has been sentenced to 16 years to life.
Wait a second. How come that's not automatic life or the death penalty? You see that? He didn't just shoot her.
He froze the body.
Understand, when you stab somebody to death, that's personal. It's very, very, very personal. As they're screaming, begging you to stop, their blood is dripping everywhere, but you keep stabbing them. And he only gets 16 years?
Wait a minute.
Wait a second. I always look at, that's the first thing I look for. Whenever it's Esau, when they kill Jake, it's always some garbage like that.
Right.
Some 10 years. Like, hold on. They took somebody's life. You understand? But let's read on.
A former Navy sailor has been sentenced to 16 years to life in prison after being found guilty of killing his wife and hiding her body for 2 years.
Killing his wife and hiding her body for 2
years.
So not only is he guilty of the murder, he tried to cover it up.
Right.
That's double guilty.
Right.
All right. And he gets 16 to life. Read on.
You can't make this stuff up.
You're going to pay for that.
Prosecutors say Matthew Sullivan stabbed his wife, Elizabeth, in October 2014, while the couple's 2 children were in the other room. Then they say he put her body in a small freezer, which he kept in his home for 2 years, telling everyone that Elizabeth had abandoned the family. Shortly before he moved out of town in October 2016, authorities say Matthew dumped Elizabeth's body into San Diego Bay, but her body was soon found. According to the Los Angeles Times, San Diego County Deputy District Attorney Jill Lindbergh said during the trial that Sullivan killed his wife because she was involved with another man and was planning to leave him. Lindbergh also alleged that Elizabeth threatened to take their children along with more than $1,000 of their joint bank account. Sullivan has maintained his innocence. His attorney, Marcus DeBose, argued during the trial that Elizabeth Sullivan had abused drugs, didn't always come home at night, and sometimes slept in a nearby park. He also said that Matthew Sullivan had no criminal record and had served in the Navy.
See, there it goes. I knew it was coming.
That's it.
You see that thing right there? No.
Look at this.
No. You are a born criminal, Esau. Understand that thing right there. Give me that in Hebrews 12:16 real quick. Give me that one. All right.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 12 and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person, as Esau.
Wait, read it again.
Lest there be any fornicator.
Fornicator, that's a sin. That's a crime you guilty of right there.
Right.
That's a crime you guilty of right there, Esau. Read.
Or profane person.
Or what?
Profane.
Look that up. What is profane? Look that thing up right there. What is profane? Profane. What is profane? Read that.
The definition of profane: to treat with abuse.
To do what?
To treat with abuse.
That's what they're known for.
Right.
What did he do? He murdered her and then put her in the freezer in the same house. You know how psychotic you got to be to do something like that? Knowing there's a dead body in the same house as you for years. Read that definition again.
To treat with abuse, irreverence, or contempt, to desecrate.
To desecrate, read.
To abase by a wrong, unworthy, or vulgar use.
Vulgar, very vulgar and lewd people. Go back to the scripture.
Hebrews 12 and verse 16.
Come on.
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Now, give me that in Genesis 4 and 14. Give me Genesis 4 and 14. Give me that one.
Genesis chapter 4 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
Right, a fugitive and a vagabond. A fugitive is somebody what? Who's on the run.
Right.
Who's on the run? You're a criminal from birth.
Bird.
You're a criminal from birth, the seed of Cain. All right, go back to that last part where it say, what you just read. Yeah, that one right there. Come on.
He also said that Matthew Sullivan had no criminal record and has served in the Navy for 8 years.
Lies. Now give me Habakkuk 1 real quick. Give me the book of Habakkuk, and I want, start at verse 4. Start at verse 4.
Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 4.
Come on.
Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth.
Mm-hmm.
For the wicked doth compass about the righteous.
See that thing? If he do good behavior, this is all going to die down in a few months.
Right.
This is what they always do.
Right.
And he's not going to serve that whole sentence. Right. Understand that thing. He's going to get off of good behavior, and he's going to get released, and ain't going to be no media coverage. Right. That's how they do. They're gonna book him and all that stuff like that. Keep him safe in prison, so they don't kill him in prison. And then they're gonna release him early off of good behavior. That's what's gonna happen. Read on.
Therefore, wrong judgment proceedeth.
You see that? Wrong judgment constantly proceedeth. Read.
Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which ye would not believe, though it be told you.
Come on.
For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans.
The Chaldeans is going into the Babylonians. This is spiritual Babylon, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt.
Right.
Egypt, excuse me. Read.
I raise up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land and possess the dwelling places that are not theirs.
You see that? That's that vagabond. You understand? That wanders from place to place and possesses lands that are not theirs. That's exactly what they have done. What do we bring out? That they are what? Criminals from birth.
That's right.
That's the type of people they are. Read.
They are terrible.
They are what?
They are terrible.
Read.
And dreadful.
Come on.
Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves.
It's all about them. They can care less who they hurt, who they kill, who they destroy mentally. They can care less. It's all about them. That's their nature. That's their nature. But sis, you should have chose your own people.
That's right.
Okay? Understand that thing. You sisters out there that want to take a walk on the wild side, sometimes you will get burnt. Right. You either get burnt on this side or it's going to be burnt in judgment day.
All right, let me get Proverbs 17 and 15. Because every time a white person do something, they kill somebody, go on a killing spree. Like I walked into work today, they were talking about it on the news. A white dude went on a killing spree, and the police. First thing I heard the police say, "Well, we know he has a mental problem." But
That's
when we do
say.
it, it's like that nigga been a criminal all his life, and now this what he was born to do. Lock him up for jail.
They
Lock
pull
him
up their
forever.
Facebook account and all.
Right, but read that. Proverbs 17 and 15.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 17, and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord.
Right, so we understand that the white man ruled this media. And as soon as the first thing they say, he had no criminal record, and he served the Navy for 8 years, trying to justify him. But no, all of them are abomination. Every Edomite is an abomination.
Hey, let me get Sirach chapter 26, verse 19. To show you, this is for you sisters out there, you brothers out there. It is time that you start taking pride on your own people. Read that for me.
Sirach chapter 26 and verse 19. My son, keep the flower of thine age sound, and give not thy strength to strangers.
You see that? God says, give not your strength to strangers, meaning Don't give your seed to another nation.
Right.
Don't sleep with the other nation. That's what she did. Read on.
When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession throughout all the field, sow it with thine own seed.
You see that? When you're getting a fruitful possession, that's your wife. The scripture tell you, get yourself your own people. Go deal with your own people. He's going to tell you why. Read on.
Trusting in the goodness of thy stock.
He says, trust in the goodness of thy stock, meaning Israel is good stock. That's why they say the darker the how does it go?
The black of the bear, the juice.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you think about every athlete, Jake, we always in the forefront of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the moment you start messing with the other nation, you diluted the race. You make it less. Read on.
So thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified.
So the race, which is us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American, can be magnified, continue growing.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us a spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road. Purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.